see time is precious. I look at my Cartier out of control. Just like my mind where I'm going. The women, the shorties know nothing but clothes. No stopping at my Pirelli's on. Unlike my jewelry that's always on.
Well, to the locals, it's still and will always be Heinz Field. But for the rest of us, we're along the north shore of the Allegheny and Ohio rivers at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Coming up, a contest that looks real good on paper between the Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ball is teed up, Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're underway from Pittsburgh. Here's Cavante Turpin on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Yes!
Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. From the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive. The give to Sanders running right. And he dodged the tackle. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play-action pass to come.
From the red zone on first. Throw secured by George Pickens. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
On the pickup brings up 2nd and 2. At the 12-yard line.
From the gun is Prescott. And oh, he got it! Interception! And the Steelers get the football on the first turnover of the contest.
Hey, Kate, you know as a quarterback, every decision you make's got a consequence. Some good, some bad. But that one right there, throwing into double coverage, making that decision to force the issue into double coverage in the end zone, that's a consequence that pays dearly.
He hits the lane perfectly for an 8-yard pickup. It's 2nd down.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
Complete to DK Metcalf. It's a race down the right side. DK Metcalf. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome a quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Could have been 7 if they tried the point after, but instead, they only call on him to boot this away. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10. At their own
Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Play action, Prescott. Lamb's got it on the sideline. And it's a quality effort here as he's pushed out right along the 40. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down. It only took them one play, Brock, and they have already made it to the 40-yard line. 1st down, here's Dak. This is thrown towards a defender instead, and he's the one who makes a play on the football. That's not what this offense wants. Incomplete on 1st down. Still at the 40 here, 2nd and 10.
At the 40-yard line.
Back to the air, Prescott. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're approaching midfield with that gain of 6. He's up to the 46. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. Play not developing as they'd hoped. That's a loss of yardage. Brock, 4th down coming up. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
It's 4th down.
On 4th down, Prescott to throw. It's everything he has under this one. He's got it inside the 25. And into the end zone he goes for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys tie it up late in the first. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. Brian Schottenheimer wants his guys to get 2 more here.
The Cowboys will line up.
Frying Ford on the ground. And he runs it in. That's going to break the tie and put them up by 2.
Cowboys 8.
You know, this game could be pretty simple. Beat the man in front of you, carry the ball over the line, rushing football at its finest.
Brandon Aubrey.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Johnson now on the return. This makes it up to the 25.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Play action here with Rodgers. Forces one through double coverage. Oh, it's intercepted. And the Cowboys have it a little ways into enemy territory. They're at the 40.
Well, that's what you call making the best out of a pretty messy situation. You hate to give the ball away, but that's a tremendous effort to bring the defender down right away and minimize the damage with very little return.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Chance here for one final play before the end of our quarter. Throwing again is Dak. And that is how our first quarter will end, as that pass falls incomplete. So they'll get to scheme about this 3rd down call for a bit. That brings us to the end of one. 8-6 is our score. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Prescott now on 3rd down. Short pass brought in. Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right at the marker. 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Offense up to the line fast. Dak off the play fake. And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in. First time this game they've looked to him. And it sets up 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Dak. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. He's inside the 10. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys parlay the interception into points. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. So this solid first half continues for them. They're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach here, Kate, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. They've come out strong. They've been the ones dictating the tempo, and as a result, they add to the scoreboard.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Kenneth Gainwell now to return. He's got a lane up past the 30. Makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set 1st and 10. Outside of the ground here with Warren. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4. And goes to the hurry up here.
It's a gain of 5. brings up second down.
Rodgers off the play action.
At the 43-yard line.
Going for his back, but it's incomplete. That's going to bring up third down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Rodgers from the gun. Thielen's got it, complete. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter, but they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
The only move this offense is making is toward the line, Bronk. They're going for it, 4th and 3. Going for it with Warren. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And he is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. One of their best play calls of this game so far, Brock. 17 yards on 4th down. That gets him the first. So with that, Brock, we've now reached our 2-minute warning. More from Acrisure Stadium in just a moment. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Going all the way to the end zone here. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. It takes a special quarterback to thread the needle. He couldn't do it.
You know what that's like? That's like passing across your own crease in hockey, kid. That's a big no-no. When you challenge double coverage in the end zone, and let me tell you, coaches don't really like that either.
He's loaded another one up. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Malik Hooker. That last interception gave him a chance to take the lead, partner. And now their defense gets them another one so they can start growing this advantage.
Yeah, this defense letting them know we don't want to defend a small lead. Here's the ball again. Go get us a 2-score advantage this time.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Offense in the hurry up here. Off the play fake, hits Prescott. Pulled in by Lamb, right side. And they're going to bring him down after his play rips off quite a chunk of yardage there, up to the 30. Working quickly here. Prescott on 1st and 10. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
Look at the quarterback's eyes. He's looking. He's trying to find a lane of some kind, but there was nowhere to go. And he was lucky to get back to the line before that defense closed in.
Prescott here from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. That's a nickel look from the Steelers here on 3rd. Well, last play didn't work out too well. Looks like they're going ground game now. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Working from the pistol, Prescott. Fits it through the middle. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. Offense to the line fast.
First down.
Dak out of the pistol. And he's going to let this fly towards the end zone. And it is knocked away. A shot to the end zone, answered there by a strong defensive effort. 2nd down.
Well, it's hard for me to get too mad at him for missing a touchdown when he's already got 2 in his pocket. Maybe fantasy managers might not agree with me on this one, Kate. But don't worry, as hot as he is, I bet you a 3rd one's coming at some point. We know that most of these coaches really don't crack that big smile until they get that W with 60 minutes over, but I see a little sly smile on that coach's face because that's terrific execution. You work those situations to pay them off with points. They did just that.
He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Aubrey now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Gainwell. And not a bad place for them to start, up past the 30-yard line.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. And that's exactly what they did.
They pick up a 34 yards on that play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh. So the big play moves him well past midfield. Has him set up now at the 35.
That's a 35-yard line.
First down. Here's Rodgers. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Working quickly here.
Second and 5 at the 29-yard line.
On second down, Warren. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up third down.
Donovan Ezeraku on the tackle. A 2-yard loss brings up third and 7.
Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. This finds its target. That's Metcalf. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
It's a gain of 8.
Give him 8 yards on the play. Man, the Steelers have a first down.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And the defense wise to that call there. Receiver wrapped up for no gain. Third down coming up.
That right there, Kate, that just shows the level of preparedness this defense had coming into the game. They recognized the jet sweep from the start, and they nailed it right at the line of scrimmage.
It's inside the 10. Brought in close to the 8. And this is down all the way to the 3. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a first and goal.
First down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
From the red zone now. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
Okay, that's far from the first time we've seen him throw into the wrong team, but this one was probably the most costly.
Cowboys just about set. Here comes first and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he manages 6 yards to begin this one. We've got second and 4. Offense in the hurry up here.
Taken down at his own 7-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up
Now Dak to throw. Out left, Lamb makes the grab. And the stop will be made as he gets this up to about the 18. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
That's good for the Cowboys.
Throwing on first is Prescott. Headed out right. Throwing into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Steelers will get the football right at that 25-yard line following the interception.
You know what? With yet another interception, you know what it might be time to do, Kate? Just run the
football.
Run it.
All right, Steelers to the line now. First and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Completed over the middle. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
A give left side to Warren. It's inside the 10. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into first and goal. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
That's good for us Steelers. First down.
So they'll be set up with a first and goal when we come back. It's Steelers football. A nice help for them as they trail entering the quarter. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Looking for it with Warren. And he's in for the touchdown. The Steelers now within 1 score in the 4th. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's down to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And he is hit well behind the line and goes down. They're not able to make much of anything on that 2-point attempt. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Turpin with a return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go.
Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. Oh, he put him in the spin cycle. And he's going to be brought down right at the 35. Moving quickly, trying to get set. And this might be a free play. Let's see what they do. This one won't be reeled in, but they had that green light to take the shot, and they did. Looked like somebody on the defense jumped the snap. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. Running it after the penalty. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now running here with Jaden Blue. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
No gain on the play. Makes it 3rd and 2.
On the zone read, they hand it to Blue. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 1st and 10, Prescott. It is cut left side. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Offense up to the line fast. A 3rd down run with Blue. He's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Goes to the hurry up here. Play action now for Prescott. Bails out of the pocket quick. He takes it himself. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. Up the middle, Blue. He picks up 5 on that 1st down run. Brings up 2nd down. Mark is working against them as they hurry up to the line. We're going to pass it here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. George Pickens, the intended target. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. They'll look to throw it. Thinking touchdown, but they will not get it. That's incomplete. Or maybe worse, Brock. It's going to bring up 4th down.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and lead teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Johnson with a return here. Making some progress here. Field flipping effort there as he's brought down on the opposite side of the 50.
Hey, listen, I get it. I'm as guilty as anyone. So hyper-focused on offense and defense, often forgetting it's special teams in a play like that can swing a game. What a great return now to start out on a short field, and you've got to believe all this offense is thinking is let's capitalize.
And they got there in time. He's taken down. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
You're going to go play action, Kate. You've got to sell. If you don't convince that defense you're running it, or if it's a situation where you never run the ball, you really do leave your quarterback dead in the water, vulnerable against a defense who will storm right past that fake and right into that pocket. I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Throwing deep here for the end zone.
So sexy.
And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
Sends this to the end zone. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Savon Revel with the pick. And the Cowboys make the play that should win them this game.
Well, they're in danger of going back to somebody who's already done damage in this game. He makes himself, well, he's a top target, but he makes himself a priority for this defense to defend, and they jumped on that opportunity.
On the give, it's Blue. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd.
Oh, Gronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
Back to throw. That's completed right side. And in a blink, they are up to midfield before somebody manages to stop it. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. So the ball on the midfield stripe now after that big play. It's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Blue. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there. That field goal really would have put the final nails in the coffin, but now this defense, they're going to need to make 1 more stop to officially close this one out.
Taking a chance to the end zone. And they're still like Brock. He brings in the touchdown, and now they've got a shot to force overtime. Wow, just perfect execution there, Brock. Nailing the fade for 6.
Yeah, when it comes to the fade route, it really is all about timing, and as you said, the execution of it. You have to have the matchup first, but then you need to go connect. A great play.
The Steelers will line up for the 2.
Here he is to throw. And they can't connect that time, and after the touchdown, unfortunately, can't finish off the 2 they needed to tie this game and force overtime. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. And it goes for a touchback, so time enough for 1, maybe 2 final plays here.
35-yard line.
The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. And that's incomplete. With 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up 2nd down.
35-yard line.
Throwing again is Dak. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
That's grabbed inside the 30. And this gets close to the red zone. He is inside the 25. So the Cowboys come in and take this one on the road. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths. Because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? Or both.
All of us.
Yeah,
D,
it is-
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.
I give it all away. You're like my reason for life when my dreams seem so far away. You give me more than I'll fake. I don't wanna go to war. You don't wanna give me peace. I can never leave you alone, even when I'm overseas. If I gotta do a show, you coming with me. Baby girl, you a prime time. I don't care if everybody sees.
It's a stadium so big you can easily spot it flying into Dallas-Fort Worth for a game. This is AT&T Stadium here in Arlington. Up next, it's our first down. Here's Dak. That's him on the quick hitter. He's still going at the 30. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. He'll move his sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. Cowboys with their first shot inside the red zone. They've got first and 10 from the 20. And that's another one. And into the end zone he goes for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock. They're off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively,
One of my friends.
On the return, here's Jalen Tolbert. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10.
I think it's the lead down.
Up the gut they go with Williams. Rob for the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock, who are going to have short memories. You tell me this too. Defenses need them sometimes.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock him backwards.
And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this 1st quarter. When your opponent started the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Brought in by Jake Ferguson. They get there to take him down right around 41.
Well, that right there, Kate, that is the epitome of trust. And trust in your big physical tight end. Throwing his way into double coverage. You may question the decision with his hands, but it's tough to question when it produces results like that.
They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. Line and set. Here we go. 1st down. Prescott here from the gun. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. 1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams.
Yeah, what are you got?
7-0 is our score. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment.
Out.
Time for our 2nd quarter now. Let's see if the Cowboys can capitalize here in the red zone. Straight ahead with Williams. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
You know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
Well, it's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route.
They go with Williams on the counter. And he's going to have enough for the 1st down, not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
Right here, Kate, this is where I'd love to see a team go no huddle. You just ripped off a great run, momentum-changing run. Now get back to the line and don't let that defense breathe.
This is Cox. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys finish off their opening drive. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. Well, we all know, Brock, you want your players to get better return. Here's Jalen Tolbert. He's going to reach that 34-yard line before he stops. Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. And start with a give to Davis. He sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. We're going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. I am a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Dak now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. Now we are still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. Stay with us. More from AT&T Stadium coming up. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Completed to his running back. He gets it up a little shy of midfield. Donovan Wilson getting there for the stop.
I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. One of the veteran QBs said, "Hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league."
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Third give here to Davis. This gets the 1st and more. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
Hey, you know by now I'm not shy about referencing movies during the game, and that run, that was a picture-perfect script. You get the defense thinking one thing, looking one way, then bam! You surprise them with the twist, head the other way for a big run.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. Trying to find a cutback up got themselves a first and goal. Davis reaches the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys take the lead just before halftime. Manage that clock beautifully down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
Doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
We'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage as this one's away. Here's Cavante Turpin on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Turpin with a return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10. Now Dak to throw.
extend plays, be creative, try different things, because nothing really consistently has gone well for them today.
So it looks like they're going to line up and go for this. 4th and 4. He'll throw it. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen on the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge next time the ball comes away.
Lands out, left side, gets it. Offensive line fast. Hand off here to Davis. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Makes the connection. This is Jaden Blue. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. Come through with a nice gain. Gain of 10, first down. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Open on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked? That back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. To throw, Prescott. And screen here to Blue. Good defensive effort here. Drives them back across midfield onto their own side. Too quickly here. Here's Dak. Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. Big gain. Has him a couple. Prescott is hit. He lost the football. And this is going to be Cowboys football.
Well, that was quite a roller coaster ride of momentum. Starts with the QB ripping off a beautiful chunk run, and it ends up with the